Hipper here. So today is a special day because I finally decided to max out my Soundwave commander. And why would I do that, you ask? Why would I waste so many resources on that? And well, there's really no answer for that. I just want to see what happens. And also I want the most agile build you can possibly do in this game. Because Soundwave is a very special commander. And I'll get into that later, because he is the only guy that allows a 5 double agile build. And like I said, we'll look at that later. I know this picture here is him fully upgraded, but before I took this picture, he was level 16.3, meaning that I actually lost out on an important 2% extra rudder. So with this guy here on Amalfi, before I upgraded him, you can see my rudder shift was 2.3 seconds, which is already very fast, but actually one of the slower tier 7 rudders. And at 42 knots, that gives us a maneuverability of 96, which is extremely high, one of the highest because the ship is so fast. Decent turning radius as well. Gorizia is actually the main reason I decided to go all the way with this commander, because beforehand I only had Amalfi to play with this guy on, and I thought, oh, it's not really worth investing that much into a commander I can only use on one ship. So before, Gorizia was a 2.1 second rudder, and look at that turning circle radius of only 580 meters. Like, this thing is so agile, I love it. So okay, let's have a look. Because obviously it's expensive to upgrade commanders to level 4. It's actually the most expensive thing you can do. It costs 15 universal commendations, and Soundwave is a premium commander, so you cannot have any personal commendations unless you're very lucky. I don't have any at all. So here he is, 16.3, and we will sacrifice the 15 commendations needed to make him 16.4, like as high as he can be. And that means that the rudder perk on the 4th row is now completely maxed. The whole commander is maxed, giving us an extra 2% rudder. So when I say this guy is special, it is because that he is the only commander that allows a 5 double rudder build, because he is an agile commander already. And on top of that, his base trait also includes a rudder shift. Add on to that the full speed ahead, that gives you a minus 10% rudder, and the steer clear, that gives you another 7% rudder, and of course the 2 inspirations, in this case Takao and Assure Lane Baltimore, they all add up to 5 times, and that's maximum for any nation. Now, of course, this 5 times rudder build here, it only works on Italian ships, because this is a primary Italian commander, and well, you can't really pop him on anything other than Italian ships. And if you use him as an inspiration on any other nation, well, then you lose out on the combination of the base trait and the perks. So for Italian ships, this is as agile as it gets, and in the game, this is also the most agile commander there is. You simply cannot do any better than this, at least for now. So let's just have a look at what my sacrifice here has meant for Amalfi and Gorizia, because in real terms it's only a 2% increase, but remember that is on the original rudder times. So if we take a quick look at Amalfi here after the boost, the rudder is now 2.1 seconds. So that is about a 10% decrease, much more than the 2% that it actually tells you in the commander screen, because like I said, it's 2% off the original rudder shift, meaning that it's actually a lot more in real terms. So let's just have a look at Gorizia here, which is the main reason we did that. The turning circle is a full 100 meters less than Amalfi, and look at that rudder shift, 1.9 seconds at tier 6. That's amazing. That's getting into Wichita territory here. Speed 37 knots, not particularly fast, and slower than Wichita, but still, yeah, quite an agile cruiser, I'll tell you that. This build here makes Gorizia absolutely crazy agile. It's so much fun, that ship, it really is. But I have to say this, that, you know, upgrading commanders to anything above usually level 12 and legendary 2, it doesn't really make much sense. Sometimes 14-2, even 16-2, but taking it the full way to 16-4, it's usually overkill, and I only do it on these agile commanders here because I want the most agile commanders in the game. I mean, if you haven't figured out already, then I am extremely into agile builds, and it's the thing that keeps this game going for me. And I love to experiment, I love to create new builds and see how they do. And I absolutely hate sticking with just one meta build that you know works. That's just not for me. So anything that goes along the lines of improved reload, range, and like damage output, that's just not what this channel is about. Definitely not. Every other channel does that except for this one. So I don't think you're gonna see a level 16.4 Soundwave anywhere else, and especially not a 16.4 Soundwave with that where both inspirations are also level 16.4, meaning as high as it possibly can be. So like I said, this is as agile as it gets. A premium agile commander with 5 base agile traits, 2 other premium agile commanders, and all of them are fully upgraded. So right after I did this, I actually took the Gorizia out in a division battle with Yankeenomics, and I'll show you that battle later. And also, obviously, I'm going to test this build out on Amalfi and all the interesting Italian cruisers. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you out there.